Good morning, children. In our last video, we have learned that Jim McPherson has written a letter to his dearest wife, Connie McPherson, on December 26th, which she received on 25th of Jan 1915. Right. Now, there was a reason why Jim had written that letter to Connie. There was a special event that took place on the battleground. Usually, rival armies are expected to fight, to battle, and to win. They are not expected to celebrate Christmas on no man's land. Yes, let's see in the second part what was something special that he wanted to share with his wife that made him to write a special letter to him, which Connie kept safe in that secret drawer and which was gotten and found by the writer of this chapter. Let's go to the second part. Now, since the writer was very curious to know, though he knew it was not proper, it was not correct for him to open someone else's letter and read the content. But he says, curiosity gotten over my scruples. He was hit by it. And therefore, his curiosity, his wish to know what was written in the letter, he opened it up and he started reading. See, what did the letter read? It is given in the second part. Let's go to it. Dearest Connie, I write to you in a much happier frame of mind because something wonderful has just happened that I must tell you about it at least at once. Right. He says that I'm quite happy. I'm delighted to write this letter to you, and I'm so desperate to share something very happy, something very delightful that has taken place. What was that? Then he writes further. We were all standing in our trenches yesterday morning. It was a Christmas morning. It was crisp and quiet all about, as beautiful a morning as I have ever seen, as cold and as frosty as Christmas morning should be. He says it was a cold Christmas morning that day. I should like to be able to tell you that we began it. Now, it here has a very special thing. It refers to the beautiful event of meeting of two rival armies without any weapons to celebrate Christmas. It is a special event for soldiers as they usually do not celebrate festivals on no man's land. Right? So he says it was us who began this. But the truth, I am ashamed to say, it was Fritz who began this. See, he says it looks like as if the British Army has first taken the initiative to make the peace, but it was not. It was Fritz. Fritz is the common name that is used for German soldiers, and Tommy is used for British soldiers, right? So how did Fritz start making peace? First, someone saw a white flag waving from the trenches opposite. Now, since Jim McPherson was the captain posted there as the captain of the officer of English Army, he narrates to his wife in a letter how they made peace there on no man's land. And how did this procedure start? From the German's army, somebody first waved the white flag. Now, what does it mean by waving a white flag during the World War? See, using a white color it is usually associated with purity and safety, and waving a white flag during the war is a sign of a request for negotiations or surrender, or please do not shoot. You see, so waving a white flag by Germans meant they wanted to approach Tommies to come forward and celebrate Christmas, forgetting any rivalry and enmity. It was a call for friendship from them to the British Army. You see, how nice. It was not expected. What do you understand by the trenches? Trenches are the long, narrow ditches wherein soldiers can hide from their opposite army's sight. You see, so the German soldiers were all calling the British soldiers to come forward. Then they were calling out to us from across no man's land. Now this is another phrase. No man's land is a possessive noun here. What do you understand by the no man's land? It is an area which is not occupied and owned by any army. None of the army can occupy this place. It is an empty territory that divides two opposite forces, and it is divided by the barbed wires. You see, it separates the front lines of the opposing armies, and perhaps the only location where enemy troops can meet up without weapons, without hostility, any type of. It was first used in 1860s, this term, no man's land. But then during the World War I, it started being used very commonly. Today, till the date, this no man's land, students, has become a forest of 460 square miles, somewhere near the North Sea and through Belgium and France. You see, so it is a sort of piece of land where soldiers don't have to fight or meet up to fight. It cannot be utilized by neither armies. Okay, this is the no man's land. So the Freds started calling out all British soldiers from no man's land. What were they shouting? Happy Christmas, Tommies! Merry Christmas to you all! When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back. You see, just to respond to their greetings of Christmas, the British soldiers also shouted, "Same to you, Freds, same to you." I thought that would be that. That means that was the end of the story. The Freds wanted to greet Merry Christmas to the British Army soldiers. Nothing else. But it did not end there. But then suddenly one of them was up there in his great coat and waving a white flag again. "Don't shoot, lads." That means giving an alert. Usually when the army soldiers see a stranger or another soldier from a rival army, it is just like shoot at the sight. You see? So waving a white flag, just now I told you what does it mean. It shows surrender, peacemaking, friendship, and at least not to shoot. Lads here refers to boys. Don't shoot, boys. Someone says waving the white flag. That means it was a sign of not to shoot, that we are coming towards you. Someone shouted, "Don't shoot, boys." And none of us did. Then there was another Fritz upon the parapet. And another, "Keep your heads down." I told the men it is a trick, but it wasn't. You see, one of the German soldier along with a white flag came on, kept on marching towards the British soldiers, saying, "Do not shoot. We are coming to you." And what did Jim McPherson think? That it is only a trick to cheat us. So be ready, boys, he says to his army soldiers. Okay, but I think it was not a trick at all. Right, I think we should keep only up to this, and we take the chapter further little ahead tomorrow again. So please be ready at the same time. Till then, keep reading the chapter. It is important for you to understand this paragraph and the next paragraph.